Sagittarius, what up? What up, doe? Welcome to Swimming Through the Void. This will be a general message for the sign of Sagittarius, wherever that resonates at for you in your birth chart. Keep in mind, we all have a ninth house part of our birth chart, and time and energy are fluid, so take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. And these readings are timeless, y'all, so whenever you stumble across this message, there will be something here for you to help bring you clarity, confirmation, to help empower you, to help you align. Tapping into my Sagittarius energy today, I use this Faceted Garden Oracle deck and this Illuminated Earth Oracle deck together to help me catch a vibe. A lot of cards came out, just like for Leo here. But this actually feels beautiful. It really does feel like my Sages are emerging from the darkness. You're emerging from this cave where I feel like you have shed a lot. You actually got this birth card clarified by this fertility card here. So it feels like, Sag, if you're not going through this now, you've definitely been through a major rebirth. You have weathered the storm. You have really taken a deep dive into yourself and into reality. And again, I feel like you've shed and released a lot, Sagittarius, and feels like you are on the mend. It feels like you're definitely healing on a soul level and truly aligning to this next phase of your life. Sagittarius, you have the resilience card out here. You have the cultivation clarified by the responsibility, the terrarium, and relationship and harmony as well. So it feels like you're cultivating new connections and relationships. It feels like your energy has sort of been cleared in order for that to happen. And some of you are like building a business or starting a project, something that feels like there's going to be a lot of success here. It's going to bring a lot of balance, stability, harmony, and beauty into your life. Sag, it has not been easy, but it really does feel like you're emerging here. Spirit coming through saying they got your back with this support card. And again, it feels like you've really separated from a lot, almost like a whole old life, an old paradigm, and you are being set free into this new chapter. So I'm going to pray real quick. We're going to dive into these cards. I have been grabbing a couple of these Starseed Oracle cards before jumping into the tarot, so I'm going to do that for y'all as well. Let's do this. Holy Divine Mother and Father, Great Spirit, Spirit guides, guardian angels, archangels, ancestors, messages for my sages, for my Sagittarius family, for their highest good. Anything Sag needs to hear today, anything they need to know, any messages that will bring them clarity and confirmation, any messages that will empower them, that will bring healing, wisdom, understanding, bring them into alignment with their highest self, their highest timeline, their best life, and of course, above all, any messages that will help bring my sages into alignment with their truth and with your will, Most High, will be greatly appreciated. All praise and glory forever and ever. What is the message for my sages, Spirit? Portal. I really feel like, Sagittarius, you've worked through some really deep stuff. That was almost like imprinted into your subconscious on a soul level, right? So habits, thought patterns, certain dynamics of your life as well. Spirit really saying to protect your energy. You're coming through as the empathetic starseed, and it says absorbing what's not yours. Energetic sovereignty. So make sure you're protecting your energy. Feel free to check out the playlist on my channel, Know Thyself, and check out the spiritual protection magic video if you have not already. Make sure to make that a part of your daily practice. Spiritual hygiene is so important. Yes, karmic relationships and the void. So it does feel like collectively we are in the great cosmic womb. We are truly swimming through the void right now, and we're between worlds. What I've been saying is, what I've been being shown is like the curtain is closed in this great divine cosmic play that we are in, and the divine is setting the stage behind the curtain right now in order to get things ready for this new chapter, for this new phase. Wow. And again, for you as well, Sagittarius, it feels like you are stepping into mission. This is that purpose activation right here. It's the double mission card. It says, Lightworker, Starseed, Old Soul, serve the world by being you. Soul memories and gifts, you have done this before. And hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. So again, as we are in this cosmic womb, Spirit's really been guiding us to go within, to make sure we are meditating, to paying attention to the signs and synchronicities that are coming through for us. And Sag, again, like I said, this has not come easy. A lot of my Sagittarians were cracked open and had to hit rock bottom. This may even still feel like where you're at right now, but with this energy, you can trust and believe that you're moving, that you are emerging, and you will make it through this. Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. Spirit's going to want me to read that, they said, so we will read that at some point during this reading. But what I've been saying is that it feels like we're shifting from the fated life to the destiny life, where these karmic relationships, these karmic dynamics, these situations, everything that we've been through has brought us to where we're at right now, and it was truly necessary in order to activate us, in order for us to learn, to grow, to evolve. And we're in this integration phase where we're taking all of that and we're using that as our guiding light as we move forward. Big Hermit energy, right? The end of a cycle, and we're in the in-between before we step foot in this new one. So let's jump into this tarot and see what the divine has for you today, Sagittarius. What do we have at the heart of the situation for Sagittarius? It's definitely something coming through about a relationship or certain relationships that you had to experience in order to take something from them so you could evolve on a soul level. So whether it was a romantic relationship, a relationship with a family member, a coworker, a boss, a relation, any relationship, and that is one of the ways that we get the most growth and evolution in this divine play, this divine dance, is through seeing those reflections, right? I say that our reality is like an energetic mirror, right? And it mirrors back to us parts of ourself that we can't see because, we're so distracted looking outside. Very few of us, and very rarely, we're looking inside, right? And that's because our senses are all facing outward. And so we learn through our surroundings and situations that we find ourselves in. So what do we have here at the heart of the situation, please, Spirit, for Sag? Thank you. Wow, you really are leaving a pretty dark chapter behind. Or maybe not necessarily dark, but it has not been easy, okay? And I'm seeing you taking action into this new paradigm. We have the Judgment, the Ace of Wands. With the Five of Spears is what you're sort of leaving behind. You're making the decisions that are best for you right now, Sag, in order to move out of this energy where you're feeling like you're not good enough, or any situation is making you feel like you don't have enough, you're not good enough, or making you feel alone, right? And that's bringing me back to this karmic relationships. We have the High Priestess here, so it does feel like you're very divinely connected right now and receiving a lot from the divine. And so it does feel like you're taking intuitive action, or this is all about taking intuitive action into this new paradigm. The Judgment is where we're literally rising from the dead, right? And we've shed that body, so to speak, metaphorically speaking. We've shed the parts of us that are not coming with us into this new dimension. And this is, I feel like you're moving in a new direction here, Sagittarius. What is crossing my sages right now, Spirit? For a lot of you, this was some type of relationship that was a lot coming to light in a relationship, and I feel like my sages had to make a decision to move in a certain direction here. Two of Wands on the bottom, some type of turning point where it's like we're shifting from focusing on that to what we're moving toward and what's next. What's the root cause? What's stemming from? And for some of you, this is a lesson in, and by that I by no means mean a punishment, but there's something deeper here about maybe self-love or self-worth, or maybe even something stemming to a mother figure or some type of mother figure. Doesn't necessarily have to be your mother in your life. There's some type of deeper core thing happening here. What I'm feeling from this is that there really was a lot sort of exiting your reality, so to speak, and Spirit's really coming through saying try not to grab onto anything. If anything feels like it's being pulled away from you, belongings, situations, relationships, try to stick as close as you can to the eye of the storm right now, because I do feel like things are being cleared, right? Or this was all stemming from this great clearing that the divine had going on in your life in order to, 9 of Cups, bring in your happiness and your wish fulfillment. So I hope this makes sense for you, Sagittarius. We're going to look at the incoming energy and the advice. Thank you, Spirit. Big justice, big wheel of fortune out here. Sheesh. Talk about aligning with destiny and taking this as an opportunity to move toward what's fulfilling for you after a very rough ending. And this is, you guys, that's an understatement, right? The 10 of Swords is overkill. This is something that's over with. It's overkill. And this is, again, sort of just like the death rebirth, but it's ultimately so you can emerge into your most divine and authentic version of yourself, where it really does feel like you're going to be shining in some capacity. Maybe some of you are going to be teaching or guiding or doing something of that nature, where you really are the sage of the zodiac. You're the teacher, you're the wise one, and it feels like you've gained a lot of wisdom through what you've been through here, and you're almost moving into this energy where you're going to be able to shine for that. And I also see this 6 of Wands as being victory, and where it's like you've overcome that 5 of Wands energy where it's chaos, it's competition, it's conflict, it's turbulence, and here you are sort of standing on the other side of that, like yeah, I did it, Sag. And with the Wheel of Fortune and the Justice, the wheel's definitely turning in your favor here, and you're absolutely moving toward this harmony, this balance, and this beauty in your life. So again, it just feels like we're in the in-between right now. For some of you, this was like with a family dynamic or even like a friend group dynamic. As we rise in consciousness, as we shift our frequency, things naturally are going to fall off anyways. And by grabbing onto those things and holding on to those things and clinging to those things, we can actually, that can be detrimental to our own growth and evolution and journey and purpose. So what's the advice for my sages? 6 of Wands, Justice, Wheel of Fortune, though, you guys. This is really beautiful energy. You can definitely count on balance and a huge shift for you. What's the advice for Sage? Ace of Pence. Yes, you guys, for real. 10 of Wands, 3 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Temperance on the bottom, so there's no rush. This is really about being patient, taking your time as you move out of this phase of hurt, this dark phase, just like we said and we've been saying throughout this reading. There's been a lot that's hurt. This is an opportunity to truly move on from that, Sagittarius. Ace of Pentacles is a tangible opportunity for a new life, right? For a new beginning, for a new start. Maybe some of you are even maybe starting a business or some type of project that is really going to bring a lot of abundance, beauty, harmony into your life. With this 10 of Wands, I always see this, and this is in your advice, I always see this as put down what you are carrying, right? Letting go of anything that's weighing you down right now, whether it's energetically or physically. This can even be like getting rid of, cleaning the house, getting rid of like old clothes or old belongings or anything that's just sort of been sitting, where we're clearing that energy, and we're doing that internally as well. So maybe even check out some like guided release meditations or something like that. 528 miracle tone, and that just came through for somebody yesterday as well. I think during one of the collective readings, Aquarius maybe. So maybe listening to solfeggio frequencies right now as well to help you repair on a cellular level. But ultimately, this is pushing on, moving forward into this new paradigm, this new chapter, and releasing any parts of the old chapter that are still lingering. As I split, we have Temperance in the Star, so be patient. You actually had the Sun fall out here as well, which I'm just now noticing. So there is this deep soul level healing happening here, and it really feels like, Sag, you're moving into an energy where you're going to be shining. Things are much brighter. Happiness, healing, very harmonious energies coming through here. And here we are at the threshold of this sacred doorway, this divine gateway. So the Hanged Man, seeing things differently, realizing that we've been in every situation and position we've been in order to gain this divine knowledge and wisdom. Let's read this Karmic Relationships card. And I actually opened up to this other, we're going to read this other one as well. The constellation Orion is thought by many to have been a place of great polarity and even an eventual unity. Some believe that many starseeds who were part of this cosmic history are incarnate on Earth right now, playing out karmic relationships from Orion times. Perhaps you're one of them. Polarity causes conflict and highlights separation. However, because of this, conflict can also result in unity and growth. Too many misunderstandings are caused when we do not open our heart and mind and see things from a different point of view. Hanged Man. When we go into reactive second-guessing mode instead of gathering the courage to open our heart, we should admit that we may have reacted because of our own woundings and then find mutual ground. We're all innocent children looking to be seen, understood, and cherished. It's much harder to grow closer through conflict than it is to grow farther apart, and yet that's the invitation of conflict. It's easy to react and take things personally. It's more challenging to see the innocence of all involved and to find a way to grow closer through the conflict. It's through relationships that we grow the most. How can you soften your heart and drop your defenses enough to see things from a different point of view? How can you see the innocence of all involved? How can you learn to see the similarities rather than the differences? Lightworkers, starseeds, old souls are mission and purpose oriented. Many have the feeling that time's running out and there's something that they came here to do, create, or contribute. They're here to grow as souls individual mission, and also to contribute to the planet in some action-oriented way. Collective mission. Their collective mission is often answered through a career calling or by devoting their life to something bigger. Until they remember their collective mission, it can feel as if something's missing or they're forgetting something important. It's common for lightworker starseeds to feel that they're different. They may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing their voice. Star, Sun, Six of Wands. They may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing their voice. As such, they may protect themselves by dimming their light in order to fit in, or by spending time in some sort of closet, such as a spiritual closet. If you pull this card, you're being called to remember your collective mission and step into it even more fully. You're being reminded that your role as a light worker is to light up the world with your presence. Sun, star, star. Wow, you're being reminded that your role as a light worker is to light up the world with your presence. This doesn't have to be a great big thing or a decision you need to make. You also don't need to have a great big plan. If you resonate with being a light worker, starseed, or old soul, all you need to do is work out what lights you up, your passions and joys, and keep doing that. When you trust and follow the simple path of things that light you up and then lose yourself in the doing, you'll light up the world without even trying. The inquiry for this card says, how can you serve the world by being you? Sagittarius, big purpose activation here, family. Everything you've been through, none of it has been in vain, Sag. None of it has been in vain. I see big victory here. What do we have for Sag, please, Spirit? What are we looking like on time? We straight. Limitless possibilities, you guys, I'm telling you. And then ancestral wisdom. So this is a deep activation for you. This is a deep activation for my sages. 51, which is a 6, another very harmonious balance, and that's the number of the lovers, I believe, right? So harmony, union, balance. When you look up into the velvety dark blanket of the night sky covering the vast expanse of space, can you count all the stars twinkling above? Can you imagine that you're only glimpsing a tiny sliver of what is actually there? This is the domain of limitless possibility, of the never-ending sea of potential that you yourself are made of and have now at your disposal. Your life right now is alive with possibility and needs your clear focus to hone in on what avenue of exploration most calls to you. It's time to choose and not be distracted by the sheer magnitude of what may be. Be here now. Gather your thoughts and your most cherished dreams. Focus on the brightest star in your never-ending sky and take small steps, small movements toward your calling, or toward calling this glittering potential into reality. If you can imagine this and hold that vision, you will summon all the celestial helpers and guides to aid you in bringing it into fruition. Keep your focus on the essence of potential rather than the form of it. The universe has its own ideas of how to best serve you and all of us at the same time. Trust this as a fact rather than a theory, and you ought not act surprised when your dreams come true, for they surely will, exactly how you need them to. Sheesh. Sag, this was a deep message. Rest and renewal wanting to be seen out here as well, so make sure you're taking care of yourself. I want to thank you all for being in this space, for stopping through and showing love. I want to get one or two last messages from the Divine Mother out of this Kali Oracle, and then we will take our deep cleansing breath. What is the message for Sagittarius Ma? You're being offered a spiritual gift from the Divine Mother. Your path need not be one of endless exertion, connecting with pleasure, Garden of Venus, right? Connecting with pleasure as a path of personal empowerment, intending to bring spiritual benefit to the collective through the softening and opening of your heart, is an act of worshiping the Divine Feminine. Let yourself receive her loving gifts. Shri Bala. Commit entirely and without hesitation to your most passionate inspirations. There are genius and wisdom in what you yearn to do. You have a greater capacity to attain fruition than those around you may recognize, so believe in yourself, even if no one else does. It is not your imagination that drives you toward your destiny, but the instinctive recognition of your true purpose. The spiritual cleansing and protective means necessary to overcome any obstacles shall be granted to you. You can trust in what is happening in your life, especially the things that are breaking apart or arising anew. Any pain that you might be experiencing now is so much less than the pain that would have taken root if certain circumstances were allowed to continue. Sagittarius, that is what I have for you, family. If you've been rocking with me, you already know what time it is. We're going to take a second to take a deep cleansing breath. We're going to use our will and our visualization to draw in this divine cosmic energy, this prana, this chi energy. We're going to picture it as white or gold light, filling up our energetic body and our body. As we inhale, we're going to pause, hold the breath at the top, imagine ourselves glowing brighter and brighter, and then as we release, we're going to very forcefully exhale like we're filling up a balloon, watching any negativity, any anxiety, any anger, any fear, any blockages, any lower frequencies, whatever they may be. We're going to picture that all in the form of black or gray smoke or static, leaving us so the divine can help us transmute that into this healing, this guidance, this light, this ascension. So let's empty our lungs, breathe out, and then we'll get this breath in. Now breathe in. Hold it. Squeeze Mula Bandha. Squeeze your perineum. Raise that energy up. Now lock it into your heart space. Imagine yourself glowing as bright as you can. And release. Sagittarius, again, thank you so much for being here with us today. I hope this message has found you well and in great spirits. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day, and I hope to catch you beautiful beings on the next reading.